Hey everybody, good energy to you guys. So I got a few things to share this morning. For one, I watched a good amount of Joy's stream that she did in the afternoon yesterday, and I haven't. I've just kind of started watching her streams again, so I don't know all that's been going on. But apparently, it looks like she's, could be moving soon. So, yeah, I mean, the area she's been in, she's talked many times about it being dangerous and potentially just dangerous as shit. So I'm glad that she's moving, and I hope that goes well. And she also mentioned, a job that I thought might not be a bad idea for myself. Being a 911 operator, typing, reports out, taking phone calls. It's something I can do without having to move my body around a lot, which, based on my sciatica, and it's probably a good idea. And then also just typing. I like to type. I've spent many hours, typing up stuff I've handwritten on paper. I can pretty much type without looking at the keyboards. I'm not sure exactly what my words per minute are, but I feel like they're not too bad. I feel like I type kind of fast. So anyways, that's a job that, I don't mind, I wouldn't mind doing, especially if they're paying $30,000 a year. That's cool, man. I've never had a problem with cops. I think a lot of the times, I think there are a lot of good cops out there, and cops have come to my aid in times of trouble. So I think it's a good thing to have police, man. You don't want people running around killing and stealing and doing all this crazy shit. Traffic laws are extremely important. So I don't mind helping out people who are trying to help other people out. So I just wanted to share that, and then also say that, she talked about wanting to get back into making music, and I think that's fucking awesome, man. Music's always been more of a hobby for me, and there was a time I fantasized about stuff, but it's been a while since I've entertained those type of dreams or just notions. But I have always felt like, and this kind of goes into what I want to talk about, other things I want to talk about, but I have always felt that music, especially when it's done from the heart and from love, is very powerful. And I've spent a lot of time talking about how love is our greatest weapon and power, and it's always been on my mind that, like, I feel like there's going to be like these giant caravans of music and just like people having fun and doing things that they love to do, that we could literally like parade through the cities like with this music and these fun activities and people doing and saying these things, and it would literally be like, a way to wake people up and also allow them to leave their shit and kind of just join this giant traveling caravan that's making music and making good foods and sharing good information, just being good all around, creative and loving and all these good things. And the power of music, if you're able to amplify that and send that energy out, that's a powerful ass weapon, man. And actually Mars Attacks, one of my favorite movies. I'm just gonna say it, like, it's up there. Like, I have a lot of favorite movies though, so it's not. Anyway, the end of the movie though, the whole movie's about the aliens, and at the very end, the one thing that actually ends up defeating the aliens, if you all remember, now it's a spoiler alert, so if you haven't seen the movie, maybe not, just continue watching this, because I'm about to give the ending to the movie. But it's about their music. It's about this love music that this older grandma was listening to from like the 50s, and it's all about, I forget what song it was, but it was a very like bravado, loving, just a very loving, joyful sound that literally caused the Martians' brains to explode. Some crazy shit. I mean, and that goes into the energy, the vibration of love, and then if you're dealing with other forces that are the vibration of destruction, it's just that amount of power, that purely, that sent forth with that type of just loving intent, is enough to disrupt them to a point to where they self-destruct on their own. Like, we're just being ourselves, and you guys are trying to fucking overtake us. But that's why it's so important for a human being to get back to their loving self, because that is who we really are. That's what we're really designed to do, is to love. And that is our greatest weapon. And that is what the enemy has been after. And that is why we've lost our connection to creativity, is because we're feeding a society that's going against the love. So again, by flipping the script on that evilness and perpetuating a society that's about love, that will be its own energy source of power to fight against these evil systems and beings, and then also just our ability to make music and art and creativity in itself will also be a very powerful weapon. You know, get away from the guns, pick up your guitar type shit, you know what I'm saying? It's real. Like, they want you picking up the guns because those guns perpetuate. First of all, you got to buy the ammo from all these corporations, so it's perpetuating them. And then with the firearm, like, you're just destroying shit. First of all, you're not really you're not helping to create anything. And a lot of times guns get used on people, so it's a lot of times people just killing people. And a lot of these higher, you know, more advanced ETs, you know, I don't think guns are going to do much to them anyways. So I'm not really a big proponent of guns at all. You know, if you got guns and you really need to use them for self-defense, that's a different story, but like, that's not going to be the tool that's really going to change shit here on this planet, in my opinion. So, getting to the other news I wanted to share with you guys is that I saw on Laura Eisenhower's stream, she had 2 guests that I've both been talking about a little bit, and one of them is Alex Collier, which, you know, I've talked about him a few times. He was literally the one person that when I heard about his idea of if 10% of humanity came together in love, that would be enough power, it would be enough love energy to repel these evil beings. As soon as he said that, it just clicked. I was like, yeah, he's right. Just, there was no question in my heart. I just knew that's exactly what I needed to do with my life. And so really, he was the one seed that perpetuated me to where I am today, you know. But in doing that, I got caught up in a lot of shit, and I didn't know anything about spirituality at the time, so I didn't know how to implement love. You know, I really didn't know about the Most Highs, the Bible, or anything like that. It was all just very much science fiction knowledge that I accumulated and philosophical talks I'd had with friends and stuff. So, you know, I ran with that information for a few years, and then I eventually, my self-destruction got the better of me, and then that's when I found the 13th Son and got into spirituality. And since then, you know, the Most Highs, and learning to and figuring out a way to transmutate all that knowledge into the love, into the Most High ways, with the Hemp, with Joshua, with all this stuff. And, you know, so it's all been kind of a perpetuating story, or just these series of events that have led me to this point. But I mean, it really does all go back to Alex Collier in a lot of ways, and his talks. Like, that's what gave me a feeling of life purpose, was to create this movement of love and to help push back these evil beings and to change the reality here. So to see him, because I haven't seen him do a live or anything, or even make a video in years, I think. I'm not sure. I haven't kept like up to tabs on him, but to see him kind of come out of nowhere on the Laura Eisenhower stream. And then you got David Nino Rodriguez, who I've been talking about, who's a big cat in Texas, former boxing champion, who came out against, not against, but he spilled the beans on what's going on with Hollywood and the kids, and how they look at the kids like they value the kids more than they do gold. I mean, it's like the currency of Hollywood is what the fuck it is. And this goes into the ETs, and it's funny too, because I woke up this morning and I actually wrote a poem about ETs, you know, and then I wake up and I see this stream with Laura Eisenhower, Alex Collier, David Nino Rodriguez. And the thing that I really like to see about, you know, all of them together, but especially David coming into that, because that's just like a different, it's 2 different energy patterns merging together. Like Alex Collier and Lauren Eisenhower, like they're kind of in the same field, but to see David, you know, kind of get into that area of information is like a bridge. That's like a bridge building aspect that's extremely powerful, and it's opening up portals and new lanes of communication and productivity for us all, you know. And I mean, when I say all, I'm just saying for the collective of humanity, to bring those type of intellects and audiences together, because they're both 2 very large YouTube platforms. So to see that, and I haven't even watched the video yet, but I'm about to. I'll probably talk more on it later. But yeah, man, it's been a good morning, and I feel great, and I'm very grateful, and hallelujah. So, all right, I love you all. Hope you have a good day. Bye.